Ralph was running with fear through the undergrowth. He heard the ululation of the pursuers behind him. It was like a big run. He was in terror, trying to think. If he stayed in the run from them for a long time, sooner or later he would have to sleep or eat. How could he now? He was angry, saying to himself, if I only have time to think, what was the sensible thing to do? He had so many ideas to hide, and while he was hiding here and there, he was telling himself, find the deepest thicket, the darkest hole in the island, and creep in. The fire was nearer, and the smoke was everywhere. And even when he was running and feeling so afraid, he was thinking reasonable, that the fire must be almost at the fruit trees, and what those fools eat for tomorrow. Now he could see savages moving and coming towards the mat where he hid. And he saw a savage who carried a spear, a stick that was sharpened at both ends. This was Roger, indeed. Ralph tried not to scream and just get ready to run. Roger, with his sharpened stick, and the others saw Ralph. Ralph screamed a scream of fright, and he ran as fast as he could. They were all running, all crying out madly. He could hear them crashing the undergrowth. Ralph forgot his wounds, his hunger, his thirst, and became fear, hopeless fear on flying feet. He ran through the forest toward the open beach. He stumbled over a root and fell. They were all after him. Everything was on fire, even the shelters. He was down rolling over the warm sand of the sea, trying to cry for mercy. When he lifted his head up, he saw something new. It was a white cap with a crown on it, an anchor, and gold foliage. He saw a uniform of a naval officer. The officer stood on the sand looking down to Ralph in weary astonishment. There was a cutter behind the officer, held by two ratings. Another rating held a submachine gun. The ululation stopped. The officer asked Ralph, "Are there any adults?" Ralph said no. The officer said, "We will take you off now." And then he wondered about what these children are doing. He said, "Are you having fun and games?" The sky was black, and the flames was all over the trees. The officer said, "We saw your smoke," and wondered again, what have you doing? Having a war or something?" Ralph nodded. The officer asked if anybody was killed. Ralph said yes, only two. The officer was shocked. He said that you are British boys. You should have done better. You should have done better than this savage's acts. Ralph said yes, at the beginning only we did. And then he stopped. In the end, Ralph wept for the end of innocence, the darkness of man's heart, and the fall through the air of the true, wise friend called Peggy. The officer was moved and a little embarrassed. He turned away to give them time to pull themselves together. and waited.